when last we met, which was last week, a lot happened. You all were at the castle of Baron Voros, up in the Carpathian Mountains. Really just experiencing the best that the castle has to offer. You certainly had a number of interesting experiences at the castle, not the least of which was the fact that you encountered the Baron himself, who proved to be a quite frightful personage. And on top of that, you discovered a number of things having to do with the cult of the Red Sun, who are, by all appearances, getting ready to summon something called Varkalak, which is a giant wolf that is believed to, or prophesied to, eat the sun and moon and plunge the world into darkness. You know that the Baron had witch hunters who had been hunting down the followers of Baba Yaga, as he believes that they're the ones who will be bringing about this Varkalak. You did find an interesting little artifact, Elizabet and Gabriel did, in the library, which was a wicker cage, inside of which was a figure of Baba Yaga. You took this wicker cage with you, put it in your bag, and you ran away with it. There you go. That's exactly it. That looks exactly like that. And as you all were having an encounter with the Baron and had decided to retire after he lost his temper a little bit, you found out that one of the two people who came with you, Martin, came to you and told you that his sister Teresia had been taken by the Baron and taken away to Bron Castle, which is the ancestral castle of the vampire lords of Carpathia. You had thus decided to go and try and help Teresia. Amongst the other things that you discovered along the way also was this portrait of a woman, an old portrait of a woman called Nadreja, who looks a little bit like Dr. Broderick. And you have been told that Nadreja was a former lover, someone that the Baron was very much in love with, and that he had been cursed because of his love for her. And so, not knowing exactly what's going on and needing to travel pretty far away into Transylvania, Elizabeth called on an old friend who was staying in a pouch of tea at her belt. And this old friend was Bergamot, the troll, to whisk you away as fast as possible to Transylvania. And so, my friends, you will have had time to go back to your rooms, get changed, if you need that. I'm not sure exactly where everyone is where everyone is at as far as wounds and whatnot. I will say that during your travels, you can heal one condition, one mental and one physical condition. So if you have some of those, you can erase one of each of those. And you have a couple of troll tooths already. I didn't see who gave out the troll tooths. Darling Creepshow, thank you so much. Hey, Darling. Darling Creepshow's got a fundraiser tonight for the Greyhawk community. We're going to have one on Saturday, but Darling Creepshow's got one, so we'll pop on over to Darling Creepshow's channel a little bit later to see what's going on with all of that.
The tooths came from Varl, Creep, and Raven.
Thanks so much, Varl, Creep, and Raven. Appreciate you so much. And with all said and done, is there anything that you would like to do before departing? Because once Bergamot takes you with him, you will be traveling quite quickly to Transylvania. So if there's any last minute thing you would like to do here or prepare, now would be a good time to say so.
Yes. Hilda would like to go back to the infirmary, and considering the changes that occurred after the Baron had left, is there anything left over in the infirmary for her to yoink?
Yeah, sure. You could certainly cobble enough medical supplies together to give you some bonuses along the way. And you know that you're going into Transylvania. It's probably going to be fairly cold up in the mountains, so I would assume that in general all of you will also get whatever you can as far as warmer clothing or blankets and things of that nature. But yeah, you can certainly get a little bit of medical supplies. Is there anything in specific you wanted?
Smelling salts, ether, any bandages, and laudanum.
Let's see if there's any laudanum, as that would be interesting if there wasn't for you. So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and roll me, let's call it a logic and investigation to see if you can find it.
Oh, good. I'm good at both of those things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 2 successes.
All right, so you have 2 doses.
Oh, love that.
And as you're searching for them, you see again that bottle that has your mentor's name on it. Do you remember that bottle?
I do remember that bottle. Can I also yoink that?
You can certainly yoink that.
And that's empty, isn't it?
It is empty. Well, it appears to be, yes. Do you want to uncork it?
Can I investigate it at all to see if there's anything that I am missing that would indicate that there is something else in there that I'm just not seeing?
Yeah, you can do a logic investigation.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 1 success.
You really don't see anything. There's no residue or anything like that. There's just the name Abraham Garnet, Dr. Abraham Garnet on it.
Mm-hmm. I am not going to open it at the moment. I'm going to tuck it away, though, in my medical bag.
When you put it away, you feel like you heard a sigh echoing from somewhere.
Hilda looks around the infirmary and gives a quiet hello. Is anybody in here?
You don't see anyone else?
I think she suppresses that. She represses that feeling, that nervousness. She probably might feel a little bit. She's going to shove that deep down for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
And just before she actually puts the bottle away, I'd like to shake it vigorously.
You shake it vigorously and hear something rattling inside.
Aha! I knew it. I knew there was something in here. I would like to uncork it.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Okay, well, now you say that. Now I'm nervous.
When you uncork it, you briefly feel a deep sense of relief. You know, after you've been quite ill, the first couple of days where you start feeling better, the first day where you really kind of feel like, oh, I'm feeling better all of a sudden.
Mm-hmm.
You get that sense that kind of just wafts over you.
Mm-hmm.
And as you hold the bottle and try to understand what's going on, you realize that the tape on which Abraham Garnet's name is written is starting to peel off. The bottle itself is starting to frost over. And the tape is starting to peel off.
I take the bottle with me. Still. I sort of mutter to myself, I need to ask Elizabet about this. I feel like she would be of knowledge of strange happenings. And And then she gives herself a dose of smelling salts.
You have any remaining mental conditions?
No.
Okay.
I'll have a little rest. Just a little.
Anybody else for little misadventures in the castle before you go?
I wouldn't say misadventures, but I don't want to metagame Bleak. I know about vampires in the world that is dark. Do vampires in this particular world operate in a similar fashion when it comes to things like stakes and silver?
I don't know if you met a vampire.
I don't know if I have.
Let's do a logic and learning roll.
Two successes?
Excellent. You have not met a vampire, but you have read about them extensively in the library of the society. And you know the following. 2 successes, you said?
Yes.
You know that, let's see. You know they cannot tolerate sunlight, but won't burn when exposed to it. They're just really not happy in it, and they will not stay in it if they can avoid it. They don't like steel, garlic, the Bible, the crucifix, and very specifically Psalms. You know that some people drink a vampire's blood mixed with the soil from its grave to become protected from vampire magic. However, the most effective way to fight and defeat a vampire is an ash, hawthorn, or aspen stake or spike shoved into its chest or head. Now, you rolled 2 successes, which is a critical success. So you also know this little secret tidbit. An ash, hawthorn, or aspen stake or spike must be shoved into the vampire's chest on the first try. Otherwise, the vampire will become more powerful. The stake will paralyze a vampire, and afterward its body should be burned to ashes in a fire made from the same wood.
Okay. I'm assuming, since we are currently in what was potentially the castle of a vampire, he is not going to keep things that he would be susceptible to hereabouts.
He's an oak, man. Just a lot of oak everywhere.
That's, you know what? That's fair. Is there anything outside?
Well, so I'm going to say this. You're going to get an opportunity to get some when you travel with Bergamot.
Great.
So don't
Perfect.
stress about it right now. You're going to get an opportunity to get that.
Okay. I mean, at the very least, I would like to grab... Is there a copy of the Holy Bible in the library?
Would he have a copy of the Holy Bible in the library? I am going to say that... actually, I'm going to roll this. I'm going to give it a... He, in fact, does, for some ungodly reason. Which is not something
No,
you normally say
godly.
about...
Godly. Yeah,
but you do
It's
find...
a godly reason.
You do find, in fact, a copy of the Bible.
Well, I'm taking that.
Old Testament, of course.
Yeah. Very specifically bookmark the Psalms.
Excellent. Anybody else?
I feel like I probably would have gone with Elizabet to find any information. I think I would also be gathering supplies. I wanted to take a look at that portrait that looked a little bit like our doctor here, to see if it was still, if in the decay of the castle, if it hadn't, if it had disintegrated with the decay of the castle or not.
It is still there. Still very much as it is, just somewhat covered in dust.
I would take that with me. Just, I've got an inkling that something might be amiss with it, obviously. And I think I would probably be helping gather supplies and doing a spot of research.
Go ahead and give me a logic and investigation and get a lot of successes.
Logic and investigation. Well, you say get a lot of successes. I feel like I should probably preemptively use a troll tooth, which will give me 2 extra. Is that right?
This is correct.
Okay, then I will do that. Don't curse me. Well. That is 1 success.
That would not be enough. Would you like to push?
Fine.
Reroll everything that's not a success and take a mental condition.
That is 2 successes.
Critical success. I'm sending you a little secret message.
I like secrets. That's Kato talking.
I also believe Axel likes secrets.
Gabriel, anything you would like to do before you depart?
I feel Gabriel's at a spot where he didn't think this night would go the way that it is, expecting we'd all explore and then end up going to bed, and then instead of going out on this grand adventure, I think he would want to go back to the library to find that first book, the one that was taking note of everything he was doing, and see if there's any like blatant statements about the actions that he or anyone else has taken that are relevant to what they're about to do.
It has definitely kept up with what's happened. It stops at, I returned to the library in order to verify if the book had been keeping up with my adventures so far in the castle, and as I lay my hand on the book and opened it, I stood there reading this book and then it stops there.
If he would flip back a few pages, does it specify anything about Axel or Elizabet transforming and any specificity to those?
It tells you the story solely from your point of view. So anything that you did not see, it's not there. It tells.
Okay. Cool.
Is there a book about Elizabeth in here and a book about the others? Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Can I try and find one on Elizabeth?
Give me a logic and investigation. Actually, give me a logic and learning.
But I have one less with Dan.
Well, tough noogie.
Hold on, I don't have all the D6s on me. That is 3 successes.
The devil's luck. As you think, I wonder if I could find one, Elizabeth. You hear sliding like leather sliding against leather, and when you look down the line, the books are all perfectly lined, and there's one that's sticking out at the very end of the...
Okay. Yeah, he sees them all start to shift and just kind of scrambles towards that one and just pulls it out and just starts slipping.
As you grab it...
It's like those last few pages.
As you grab it, you get... The second you put your hand on it and pull it out, you get this unshakable sense of impending doom. And I want to make it clear that you feel that it is your doom and not Elizabeth's doom.
Ooh. Okay. Am I feeling like that is because I touched the book, that I am prying into something that is not my business?
You, I think, with you had devil's luck, so I'm going to give you info.
Okay.
You get the sense that it is a warning of sorts. Not that if you look at it, you're going to die or anything like that. More of a, once you read this, you cannot unread it kind of thing. And there will be repercussions kind of thing.
Okay. I think Gabriel is going to take that book out into the hallway where there are these fortune teller mirrors. He's going to look at himself in the mirror first, and then start to read the book.
Interesting. You don't see, when you first look at yourself in the mirror holding the book, you don't see a huge difference. You just see yourself. As you start reading the book, you start seeing yourself on the train. You're sitting alone. You have a book in your hands. You're not sure if it's this one or another one. You have a book in your hands. You're holding it. It's very precious to you. And as you look down on it, you see that it is entitled The Carpathian Sun, The Adventures of Gabriel de Silva, Occult Investigator. And as you sit there holding this book, this first copy of the book that you've written, you hear a voice next to you. I'm sorry, is this place taken?
No, please. I think he's looking around, almost confused as to where he's at. But yeah, have a seat.
This very elegant man, kind of short, slight, well dressed in this gray travel suit, puts his top hat down, adjusts his little glasses. I'm sorry to pry. You wouldn't happen to be Gabriel de Silva, would you?
Am I in this moment? Am I in this?
You're watching this scene on the mirror like it's a TV.
Okay. Okay, got it. Yeah, I think still kind of stumbling his way through this conversation. Yes, that is me. And I think he immediately starts to kind of pat around his chest for Isaac.
You feel him sleeping in the bottom of your pocket. He kind of rolls over. His little spiky tail snags on your nipple and gives you a little...
Okay.
Do you answer the man?
Yes, correct. Gabriel Silva, that is me.
I'm sorry. I believe I said Da Silva. I apologize for butchering your name. Tell me, is it true what I have heard, that you had the opportunity to encounter one Baron Voros?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Intriguing. If you don't mind, I would like to ask you a few questions about your encounter with him, and I promise you, I will reward you handsomely for but taking a few minutes to talk with me.
I'll answer the best I can. I don't have much to share, but I guess I'm not one for secrets.
And in that moment, you see yourself standing outside an alley, your hands covered in blood, something you've left behind in the alley. Isaac stirring in your pocket, trying to come up with a name for him, and then it comes to you. And then you get a sense that in that moment your life changed. And you get a sense that in this moment, which will happen in the future, on this train ride with this gentleman, you will once again be faced with a choice that will forever drastically alter your life. And as you come to that realization, the mirror shatters and falls in a rain of glass at your feet.
I think Gabriel's having this like flicker back and forth mode of seeing what's going on, scrubbing through the book as he kind of the glass shatters and he steps back, kind of clinging onto his chest and the wall behind him. Oh, what have I done? What I'm sure that can easily be replaced. Got to talking, assuming someone is listening, but seeing no one, and would scurry down the hall away from the broken glass.
Elizabeth, would you make me an empathy and observation roll, please? Actually, make that empathy and magic.
Jesus, I don't have enough dice for that. Hold on. Okay. It's literally my entire pack of Vaesen dice, and then I have to roll like 3 extra. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You feel and hear very distinctly Gabriel a few inches away behind you breathing on your neck.
Turn quickly.
There's no one there, but you get this sudden
that's
sense.
5 total successes.
Okay. You get this total sense that he was just there breathing down your neck, and you get this sense of impending doom for him.
Oh. Mr. Silva, what did you get yourself into? We don't have time for this now.
As you all prepare to go, everyone good? Anything else? Raulin, you had gone with Elizabeth, right? Okay. You did find some clothes, by the way. Anything else? Anything that I forgot, or that I overlooked, or that I... Okay.
I don't believe so.
Elizabeth, are you ready?
Yes, Bergamot, I think we are ready.
Okay. Bergamot, take you. We go outside, and lumbering Bergamot starts heading out. You follow him out through the courtyard, out into the forest. And once he's gotten a fair bit away from the castle, where the castle now is obscured behind trees, you can't see him. You can't see the castle anymore. He and then reaches into his little bag that he's got at his belt, and he pulls out something you've seen Elizabeth do before. Pull out a handful of dust, and he blows on it, and it spreads out in front of you, and suddenly the forest around you goes from being dark and cold, the trees bare, the sky overcast, to a beautiful moonlit night. The trees, even though it is still cold, the trees filled with leaves, and there are coniferous trees that are still beautiful and big and green, and the land around you seems to have changed a little bit. There's a sense of the land around you being strangely alive, or sort of aware of you. And Bergamot turns and says, "We have to be careful, Elizabeth. This is the domain of the Earl King." He is at war with your people. He will not take kindly to you walking around in his lands uninvited.
Yes, I figured as much, but there's nothing for it. As long as we move quickly and do not disturb anything. And she will say that last to the rest of the party.
Dr. Broderick's taking a sip of, mid-sip of laudanum and slowly lowers the bottle.
Storyteller had two questions.
Yes, go ahead.
First is, can we see Bergamot?
Yes, you can.
And the second is, do we see the woods transform?
Yes, you do.
Thank you.
Slowly, Bergamot begins moving forward, and he it's kind of a slow lumbering gait, but you somehow still cover a lot of ground, and he seems to know where he's going. At some point, he pulls out this big, long pipe, and he sort of lights it up, and he starts smoking as he's going, and he starts going, doom, da-doom, da-doom, doom, da-doom, da-doom, doom, 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 doom. As he walks through this forest. The things that you see here, the animals, are all animals that you seem to recognize, but are all a little different. The squirrels have these beautiful, extremely long purple tails. The elk that you see running through the forest have these immense wood that have like several different layers to them. At some point you think you maybe saw a unicorn. Actually, no, you have to be very pure, and none of you are, so you don't see the unicorn. But you walk through this twilight land. As you do, you will come across several different kinds of trees that have fallen branches and things of that nature, so you can find Elizabeth a steak or whatever it is that you would like to get. Mm-hmm. As you're walking, Bergamot will say, I feel her here somewhere. Their mother and the others, they were here. Their presence lingers like the scent of fresh baked bread or beautiful berries on the wind.
Recently?
Yes.
If we come back, will you be able to scent them again, Bergamot?
He points at his ginormous nose. It never falters.
Good.
I knew Raulin, the wolf. I don't know the others. Are they kind people?
They have been very helpful over the past several days, yes.
Do they understand where we are?
I don't believe so. We haven't really had time to discuss much. Everything has happened so quickly.
You may wish to tell them to accept nothing, steal nothing, and not give their names to anyone.
Do you all hear that?
Yes, of course.
Well, fair enough. Accept nothing. In what way?
If you are given food, drink, assistance in any way, it can be used to trap you here.
Well, I suppose it is a good thing that I'm quite the capable woman who needs help from very few in strange places like this.
But most importantly, do not give them your name, not your real name, at least.
And why is that?
Names have power.
I see. Interesting. But
So
I've given you... Oh, go
Is
ahead.
it best to not give a name at all? Should we have some alternative identity to give to whomever may wish to address us, or
You can give them a name.
just not my name? Okay. I can work
And
with that.
don't give each other's names either. That's very
Scratch.
important as well.
Scratches something out in his journal, like, okay, got it.
Doctor, you unfortunately, as you're drinking the laudanum, don't feel any effects from it.
Son of a gun. Finally, the day has come.
What?
My laudanum. It, pain in my leg. She doesn't point at either leg. She just gestures vaguely, as she still is walking with a cane, and is switching it from hand to hand. The laudanum has no effect on it. It's very strange.
Game Master, is that something to be expected?
Yeah. The laudanum, in the state that she's using it, is highly processed and would have no existence here. Basically, it's just bad tasting water.
Yes, that will happen here.
You will find that most of the items that are highly processed or technology or mechanical in nature will tend to not function very well, or will function in their most simplistic form.
So don't expect to be able to tell time with your pocket watch.
I don't carry a watch. I don't believe in it.
There is no
I can
time
count.
here. It is always dusk. It is the
Well-
land of the Earl King.
Bit strange, I will admit. Luckily enough, I know how to count just fine. And she's rummaging through her bag and is sort of muttering to herself, maybe perhaps there is morphine or ether that's strong enough for me to have a little bit of spice in my life.
And as the doctor is looking for a little bit of spice in her life, you see ahead something moving. There is a berry bush that appears to have come alive, and the berries on it are moving around and appear to be detaching themselves from the berry bush and wanting to fly towards you. Does anyone want to do anything?
Can we move past them at an extended pace? Can we outrun them?
You can certainly do so. You quicken the pace and move past, and as you do, you hear, oh, there, come back, come back.
Should we move past? Should we not go back?
I'm
No
just
problem, Rolly.
operating under the assumption that everything here is a trap. Is that a good assumption, Lisa?
It is a good baseline assumption. What do I know what these creatures are?
You turn around and you see this little sort of fairy thing. You realize that it is hanging through the branches of this berry tree. Its hair appears to be fire, and it has little bat wings and this very slender, tiny body that if you kind of didn't know where to look, you would think is probably just branches of this tree. And he says, "Where are y'all going? Are you perchance looking for the Earl King?"
We are simply making our way.
Oh, you seem like quite the troop heading on quite a mission. The Earl King would certainly like to welcome you. And it takes off and it flies off and it kind of spins around you a little bit and goes, "My name is Wildberry. I am the Earl King's Chamberlain. I have been sent to welcome you into his hall."
I would like to convey my regrets to your master.
Regrets what
I fear we
for?
do not have time for formal reception.
Well, that's all right. I'll still accompany you for a little bit, if you don't mind. Are you friends of the witch, then? The one that recently arrived. She is human, too.
What witch?
The witch? We haven't seen this many humans in our court since the wild and heady days of Oberon and Titania's rule. Those were the days, the parties. Oh my, the parties.
As I said, we are simply making our way through. There are people that we need to help.
Ah. Perhaps you are then friends of Bozarkani.
Do I know that name?
No, you've never heard it before. What
That doesn't
then
mean
are
that
you
I
here
do
for?
not know.
Oh, she is a witch, a human witch, and she has come to find our king, the Earl King, of late. There is some foul business afoot, I believe, in the human world, and she has a hand in it. But perhaps you will be friends with her. You are humans, after all. Some of you are.
Elizabeth is going to look to Bergamat.
Bergamat's just kind of lumbering still and walking and looks at you and goes, "He's harmless. He's just the eyes and ears of the Earl King. But,
Oh, good.
Elizabeth, if you wish to go to the castle, you will need to get one of two things. You will either need to get the rite of passage from the Earl King, for the mists around the castle are said to be nigh impenetrable by any but him, since these are his lands. However, it is also said that a powerful witch might be able to guide one through the mists."
Wildberry.
Yes, that is me. And he flies and he kind of lands on your shoulder. That is a big friend you've got there.
Yes, he's been with me for a very long time. This witch, is she strong?
Oh, well, that depends. Compared to one of our witches, not very, but for the humans, quite a bit, I would say. They call her the Red Witch.
There is too much of the color red around recently.
This is the color of red, the color of passion, after all. This is the court of the Earl King. Passion is all. I take it that you're interested in perhaps being a little more secretive in your passage through the lands. I am not unreasonable and might see my way to helping you, perhaps.
What do you want?
Oh, nothing much. Just perhaps a shiny bauble or two, or... How about a story? A story from one of you. That would be grand.
Would any of you like to tell a story? So our friend here may assist us with passage.
What sort of story do you want?
Oh, I prefer revealing stories, personally. Little stories that allow me to get to know you a little better.
I see. Well, perhaps I come out with the truth to the group here. Something that...
Salacious. I like it.
A little bit more under the table with, well, yes, it is true. I am, in fact, a medical doctor. Yes, I do hold that title and have within my rights to practice medicine. My current vocation is not that of a general practitioner or a surgeon. I'm a medical examiner.
Dun, dun, dun. Wait, what is a medical examiner?
Well, tiny friend there, I practice medicine in the way that I perform autopsies. I cut open dead bodies and I find out why they died.
It's usually I find death that does that.
Well, there are many causes for death. Perhaps it was a poisoning, something very exciting like that, or something as simple as a cardiac arrest. It's when the heart suddenly seizes up and stops working.
Have you dabbled in the arts of necromancy?
It is funny that you might say that there, well, Barry. There was an evening. I was working alone as an intern. I had not finished all of my qualifications quite yet. I had just gotten out of medical school. And it was late. Very late. My mentor has left for the evening, and I found myself insatiable in my quest for knowledge, as any young scholar ought to, as anybody ought to. Knowledge is power, after all. So I worked late, and I had a body in front of me, and I swear it. I swear it on God, on all that is good and bad. It rose. Its eyes opened. It sat straight up, and it looked at me. I was frightened, horrifically so, and perhaps during this time I partook a little bit more in recreational pain mitigation than one ought to. But I don't believe I'd had a drop that night. I don't think I did. It gets fuzzy after that, and I ran. I ran straight out of my office. And when I returned, the body was laying back on the slab as though nothing had happened.
Did someone kill it again?
No. It was as if I dreamed it. But I don't believe I had been asleep. Strange.
So you were a drug-addled necromancer.
I wouldn't necessarily say drug-addled. I would say that experimenting on myself in the name of science.
And dead bodies.
And dead bodies. Well, I haven't practiced on a living being before my dear friend here in some years.
I should have liked to know that before you started tinkering around with my organs, but I still appreciate you saving my life nonetheless.
No, you would not. I assure you, it would have made things so much worse.
It all turned out in the end, did it not?
Because I'm an excellent physician. You're welcome.
Well, that is a story.
A strange one, indeed.
Drug-addled necromancy.
You say necromancy. It's not necromancy. I cast no hexes, no spells, no rise of the dead. It's none of that. No, it was science. It was pure science in its greatest form, in a sterile environment. Oh, I can smell it now. The formaldehyde there, and then, of course, all of the bleach. It was delightful. A sterile, clean environment with no eyes but mine.
So necromancy, then?
No! I wasn't intending to raise the dead, as you so claim, which I'm not sure is even possible. But it was a moment, a quiet moment of effectively rooting around in the torso of a dead body.
Oh, there, right there, right there, right there. Look, right there, right there, right there.
What, where?
He is pointing through the trees, and you can see a little bit further away near the bed of the river, near the shore of a river, you see a woman who is bent down and collecting herbs. And when you take a gander at her, you see this woman. She has her cloak is of red, and she is kneeling on the edge of the river and is digging through the soft soil and pulling roots and herbs out of the ground. And thank you, Archaic Prospect, for the raid earlier. I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt our friend Bones. Thank you for the raid. We appreciate you. And she's digging, and as you look at her, could I get everyone to make a investigation plus logic roll?
Two successes.
One success.
I have the devil's luck.
Excellent. Anyone with at least 2 successes.
Yeah.
When you catch sight of her, you realize that she looks exactly like the woman in the portrait.
I did not roll more than one success, but I do have this portrait on me.
You do. So I'll let you push for free. How's that?
I just want to go on record that apparently this is the game. Vaesen is the game in which I cannot roll more than one success ever. Just want to make sure that everybody knows that.
So you can't really see her. She's got kind of her back to you, so you don't really pick up on that. But everybody else would see that. Gabriel, there's something in your bag that is starting to vibrate. You can feel like something moving in your bag.
That doesn't feel like Isaac.
No, Isaac is in your pocket, and actually at this point he's kind of peeking out of your pocket like this.
Oh, I'm gonna like peel the bag open. I'm assuming is it the?
It's the wicker.
Effigy.
The wicker cage. Yes. What do you do?
Is it? It literally just looks like it's vibrating. Is it?
Yeah, you can see that
other...
the figure inside, the figure of Baba Yaga, is spinning on itself more and more quickly as time goes by.
Oh dear.
Elizabeth.
Oh dear. What?
We have a problem.
Did you actually say my name?
He did.
Yep, sure did.
And as you say that, Wildberry goes, "Oh, that will do. Thank you very much," and he flies off.
Silva, what did I tell you?
I panicked. I'm so sorry. The thing is moving.
Axel just whaps him right in the chest.
I'm sorry. This is so new.
We have less time than we would have had otherwise. And Raulin, I think you'll probably be surprised of this most of all. You hear Elizabeth say quite succinctly, "Fuck it." And I would like to approach the witch.
When you look back towards the witch, you can see that she has taken off running. She has left what she's done behind, having heard the commotion and seen you, and has taken off, and you can just see her red cloak kind of darting through the trees ahead.
Oh, this is a trap, this is a trap, this is a trap, this is a trap, this is a trap. Fuck!
The branches around the wicker cage are starting to crack. Gabriel.
Oh, I think he would. I don't know that he wants to grab it, but he wants to get it out of his immediate vicinity. He wants to, like, I guess, just pour his like knapsack onto the ground. So you see a revolver, some lock picks, the journal all just kind of spread out as this effigy is kind of continuing to spin and do its thing in the middle of the ground here.
As you're emptying the bag, I'm going to give you, Gabriel, I'm going to give you an opportunity here. Give me a pure logic roll.
Okay.
Oh boy.
One success.
You are about to pull out the book with Elizabeth's name engraved on it when you think better of it and leave it in the bag. Not, but I'm telling you that you realize that's what you're holding in the bag. There's still time to leave it in the bag and she won't see it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think I see. Same thing, goes to pour it all out, but there's that weird grip that's almost like edge of the bag in the book. It's like, oh no. Back down at the side.
Did you empty? Did you pull the wicker cage out?
Yeah, that would have been just pour right.
It rolls on the ground, and you can see as the figure inside is turning in one direction, the wicker cage starts to spin in the other direction, and it's throwing up sand, and it's spinning more and more quickly, and you can hear cracks.
I don't know what exactly is happening. I was just told to carry this thing. Does it look like it's explosive? It's like immediate. Does it look like it's more?
I'm going to say you have no clue what it's going to do, but it's clear it's about to do something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think Gabriel is. Elizabeth took off towards the witch. You're not in.
Yeah, no, she needs to talk to this woman. God damn it, Bleak.
Okay.
I swear to God.
Okay, then did anyone else follow her? Like who I guess
Raulin has to take off in a dead sprint after her. Like no word said, just like
Okay. Doc?
I'm bootscooting Boogie.
Okay.
Yeet.
Well, damn.
You turn around, you are alone with this thing in the forest, and it's spinning faster and faster, and it's starting to levitate off the ground.
Curiosity is a fickle bitch, ain't it?
I'll say that Martin is still with you, though, because he would have gone with you, the brother. He's still
okay. Cool.
What's it doing? What is that thing?
I'm not sure. It's an effigy of the Baba Yaga. We found it in the library. We
the
just
witch?
had to take it along. Yes, the witch.
It must be a cursed item, then. We should destroy it. And he starts looking around.
Don't touch it. Leave it alone.
Actually, he doesn't look around much because he's a lumberjack. He's got a big axe with him, so he pulls his axe off his shoulders and it's like,
oh god. I think Gabriel doesn't. How does he do this? I think is he going to like
No, he's looking at you for like he doesn't know what to do. He's just looking at you for like.
Okay.
To tell him what to do.
Think. Yeah, Gabriel reaches up and kind of almost recklessly puts his hand on like the arm of the axe, just holding it up. Like, not that he has any strength to compete with this guy, but it's just like kind of stopping him. Like, I'd like to see what it does. Please don't touch it. And I think just helps him lower it, but wants him to back up along with Gabriel.
And he does, and the wicker cage spins faster and faster, and the stone effigy inside starts to bang against the sides, and pieces of wicker start to fly everywhere as the cage cracks, and eventually it just explodes in a bunch of shards. Give me a physique plus agility roll.
Okay, guys, I think I'm dead. I need a lot less dice for this.
Oh boy.
Dice tell a story, huh?
it can
Yeah,
be lethal in Vaesen.
Yeah, I'm gonna push it. Can I use Matus if I'm pushing it, or do I have to do it on the first roll?
I'm going to tell you this, okay?
Yeah.
If you push it, you're going to take a physical condition, and if you don't push it, you're going to get injured and take a physical condition.
Okay. So
it's going to come out in a wash, basically, just so you don't. The shards explode and pepper you, and a number of them just kind of like, hit you and pierce your skin where it's exposed, and you get basically a bunch of like little splinters that are kind of like a little bit of everywhere, and like it stings, and you're like, and you start kind of backing out and pulling them out, and you'll take one. You'll take battered. You'll be at battered.
Oh.
And Martin's the same way. He's like pulling them out, and then you look, and where the thing was, you see an old woman lying on the ground, and her eyes start to cling a little bit, and Martin's like, "Mother?" And he rushes over to her. "Mother, are you okay, Mother? Are you okay?" And he kneels next to her, and he tries to help her. She's like, "Martin, is that you? I can't see. I don't have my spectacles." And he's like, I brought them, Mother. I brought them. I have them. I always carry them with me." And he hands them to her, and she takes the little, and she puts them. Oh, it is you. It is you. Oh, you're so handsome. You're so strong, my son. I knew you would get. And she puts her arms around his neck. It's like, "Mother, what are you doing here?" "What do you do?"
There'd be such a different answer if everyone didn't leave. I think Gabriel is going to almost play ignorant here and just pretend like he's just trying to help a little old lady. So he'll bend down like, "Pardon me, ma'am, can I help you? Would you like assistance to your feet?" Or
Please, another handsome young man. If I knew all I needed was to be captured in a magical device to be surrounded by such strong and handsome young men, I would have done it a long time ago. I was like, "Mother, have some decency." And she's like, just help me up. My name is Daria. What's your name, young man?"
My friends call me Jacob.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to meet you, Jacob. Martin, where's your sister? Meanwhile, out in the forest, a lot of you are running after this woman. So we're going to do this. All of you are running. So I'm going to ask everyone to do a physique plus agility roll.
Oh, no.
Good thing I just took a point in this.
I got one success out of my 3 dice that I had to roll for that.
2 successes.
I got fucking nothing, man.
You need some new D6s.
You of all people, you're supposed to be big, strong.
No, I'm just a fast little wolf guy.
Okay, fast.
He's wily.
You decide, Raulin, to take a kind of side little track that you see at some point, thinking that'll allow you to cut out in front of her, and you at some point realize that you're kind of alone and lost out in the woods. Both Hilda and Elizabeth, you will eventually start catching up to her, and when you do, she will stop running and she will turn around, and she holds up a dagger that she's got that's made with like a bone handle, and you can tell that she's like getting ready to cast a spell, and as you approach, she goes, Come no closer.
I skid to a stop in the dirt and put my hands up.
I'm protected by the lords of these lands, the old king himself. If you lay a finger on me, he will revisit on you tenfold.
I do not wish to cause you any harm.
I find that hard to believe. You're from the Winter Court, are you not?
Yes, but that has no bearing on my reason for being here. There is something else, something worse.
I find that hard to believe. Go ahead. Speak. Do not come any closer.
There is a young woman who is taken by a very powerful creature, a drinker of blood, a night walker. We need to find her. But we have no way to get through the mist.
The mist. Castle Bron? Is that your destination?
Castle Bron, yes.
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 And this blood drinker, what is his name?
Voros.
Ah. Up to his old tricks, is he?
Yes. You know him, don't you?
I do. And I assume that if you've taken the risk of approaching me out here, it is because you do not want to approach the old king about permission to pass through his lands.
The Earl King and I have other business that will be attended to later.
Interesting. What is your name?
You can call me Lisa.
And you? She's looking at you, Hilda.
Dr. Garnett, can I recognize what bone that is?
Oh, it's
Uh-huh.
very clearly not a human bone. That was your
But
concern.
I don't recognize what part of the body would
It's
be whatsoever.
a fairly long bone. You would assume it's from probably like, an elk or something of that nature.
Okay. Curious there, madam. And she takes one very cautious step forward. Do you perhaps practice some sort of collection of notations for said bones that you find as such?
What are you talking about?
The bone is very interesting.
What about it? Is the shin bone of an elk?
Interesting. That's all. There is no game to play. I'm a medical doctor. I find an interest in bones.
The witch looks at you, Elizabeth, like, what in the...
Elizabeth looks and like, yeah, and that's what she does. She's a doctor. Why are you making it weird?
You have a bone in your hand. I like bones. What problem do you have?
And she looks at you for a moment and then goes back to Elizabeth. And you wish to rescue this young woman? Do you know anything about the powers of these bloodsuckers of the Baron? He's a formidable man.
I know what they cannot stand. I know what they will not abide. I know that the stake, and she'll pull one of the ash branches, a stake through the heart of the head, as long as it is struck and true, will do what it needs to. I don't suppose you know how to conjure sunlight.
She gives you a little smile at that, and she goes, no, not quite, no. Which is too bad. Well, come. I will guide you there. No one should have to suffer at the hands of one such creature. I don't believe I can help you there, but I will take you as close as I can.
My compatriots, they need to come with me. I will make introduction. They will not harm you on my word.
Your companions, are they fae or human?
Mostly human.
If they are not fae, they are lost. You best forget about them. Come now. And she puts her dagger away and she starts walking. What do you do?
Fuck.
Perhaps I walk with the women while you try and find our friends. I will leave a trail if possible.
You leave breadcrumbs.
No, she like has the smelling salts in her hand. Not exactly. But I would offer to go back by myself, but I fear that my current genus does not bode well in these woods.
Damn. Elizabet will look to the witch in the red cloak. What do I call you, my lady?
Bojarkani, the Red Witch.
Bojarkani. I need but a moment. It will not sit well in my spirit if I leave my friends in this place. I know we are short on time, but for what I am, I should be able to travel still through this place and not lose my way. Yes?
You tread through the lands of the Earl King. You wish to avoid his glare upon you. You take your chances. It does not truly matter to me one way or the other, but I am heading in this direction now. You can choose to come. We all must.
A moment
Make
to wait is all I beg.
choices. What is most important to you?
Why do you ask?
Because we can't have everything. Raulin, roll me a d6, please, and tell me what you get.
Ass.
I'm nervous.
What do you want to bet? It's not going to be a 6. It was a 3.
What shall it be? Raulin, you hear voices ahead. A woman's voice.
What did they say?
How do you come to be here? It is very strange to find you here. No, sorry, not you. They're talking, like, through the trees.
As soon as I hear them, I immediately roll behind the nearest tree and hide to listen to the conversation.
Gabriel, how come you be here? What brings you into this forest? And why do you carry me with you?
I think Gabriel is looking at, not looking, but he's helping this woman, but thinking about the journal that he just sketched all these goofy squirrels and funny looking elk in, and ultimately it's just like, I don't truly know. We've come to aid a young woman in need of assistance, but the world is intense, deep, different, and filled with mystery, and I found that I'm just tagging along and until I can tag along no longer, and you just happen to be in need of assistance, and what young strapping gentleman would be without stopping to help?
What he's trying to say, Mother, is that Teresa's been taken by the Baron, and we've come here with some of Gabriel's friends to find her. But they've run off. They saw some woman with a red cloak, and they ran off after her, leaving the two of us here. You were in this cage thing that Gabriel was carrying that he took, I guess, from the Baron's castle, and it exploded, and here you are. And she says, "Oh, well, that explains it. Well, it's been some time." Well, we need to find your sister. I'm feeling quite weak.
I was hoping to take you back and reconvene with my friends, but if you know the best direction we can head, I can't say I'm familiar with these lands.
The Baron, where is he? And Martin says, at Castle Braun, beyond the land of the Earl King. Oh, not too far from here, then. Oh, very well. Give me a moment. And she reaches under her shawl and she pulls a whistle and she blows it. And you hear Raulin and Gabriel crashing like something huge, walking through the forest, approaching. Trees buckling, snapping, branches cracking. And suddenly, out of the forest, you see looming above you a house, impossibly mounted on chicken legs. It walks around as if perhaps a bit drunk. It's not too steady on its feet, and its heaves keep banging on low-hanging branches, and the chimney skulls away a bunch of birds on the top of a tree, and then it approaches, and Daria says, "This will carry us faster than my old legs can."
Pardon me, I don't mean to interrupt.
Oh,
I roll out from behind the tree.
It's all right. That is one of my compatriots.
Hello.
Axel. I believe it's okay. I believe this is Martin's mother, and we are in safe company. And they're already talking to one another. They've already expressed each other's names the entire time.
Hello. You can call me the detective, as I seem to be the only professional one here. And I pan over with like laser daggers at Gabriel.
Another handsome, strapping young man. This is the best day of my life.
I don't mean to be rude, but I am spoken for.
Well, of course you are. That handsome, that scar is so dashing.
Thank you. Well, I certainly would love to tag along. I did see where our friend Lisa and our friend Doctor had gone, so I could point us in the right direction.
Excellent. We'll go find Doctor, and Lisa. And thank you, Detective, because I, Jacob, am ready to help find our friends in this giant house.
You don't have to be so weird about the names. It's okay. It's just the fairies you don't want to tell your name to.
I'm not entirely convinced that you're not a fairy.
I'm very much not a fairy, young man.
Well, I'm certainly not convinced that you are not a fae.
My name is Daria. I'm but a simple old woman, mother of 2 beautiful children.
Ah, Martin, this is your mother.
Yes. I thought you were... I thought you were at your cabin, Mother. Well, things have gotten a little complicated. I'll tell you all about it sometime. But we better make haste if we want to help your sister. Come along then, and the house comes by and crouches down slowly, and you can hear Denise kind of groaning a little bit, and she goes, "Oh, you're feeling it too, aren't you?" And she pats the house on the side, and then she looks at you, Raulin, and she goes, "Would you mind giving me a little help up onto the porch, please?"
But of course. And I make a little basket with my hands, and I offer my shoulder, and I allow her to do that. And then as she goes, I just very gently offer that lift up.
She goes up, and she goes to the door, and she unlocks it, and when she does, this little set of stairs, thunk, 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 comes down, opens down, and the rest of you can sort of climb up, and she opens the door, and she goes, "Ah, good. The tea's already brewing," and you can smell the odor of the tea, and then Is that cookies baking? And she opens the door. She goes in. She hangs up her shawl. She goes around. I'll have to tidy a little bit. And she grabs a broom and she starts to sweep the floors and put away dishes and things of that nature.
Please, I insist. Let me help.
Handsome and strapping and kind. Well-mannered, too. And she looks at Gabriel. Well, are you well-mannered also, young man? You could go around back and chop a little bit of wood for the mother. Martin says, I'm lumberjack. I'll go take care of the wood. Oh, very well, Martin, dear. Thank you so much. If you would, Mr. Jacob, you will find cups for the tea and plates for the cookies over in that cabinet over there if you would like to set some places for everyone.
Of course, I'm far more suited for that than manual labor. Please allow me to take care of that.
As Gabriel passes by Raulin catches him on the arm and goes, do not eat or drink anything.
Right. For so many things to remember. We've been here for such a short time.
There are
of
really
course.
just 3 major rules,
Yes.
and we already are really skirting them. So I'm just reminding you for the sake of our lives.
Okay, I won't partake in any of the delicacies. I swear. Maybe. And I will skirt off and start getting everything together.
Meanwhile, across the forest, the good doctor and Elizabeth are at a standstill, and the Red Witch says, do what you must, and she turns and she starts walking.
I don't suppose there's any way we would have heard any of that commotion.
In this forest? No.
Damn.
Perhaps they'll catch up.
We can only hope.
Smelling salts?
I suppose.
By all means. And she hands them over. A good one.
Ha! Oh,
It does your body good, doesn't it?
apparently. Doctor, I believe there are some things that you should know about the creature that we will potentially be facing. And I would like to provide Hilda with the information that I know about vampires and their proclivities.
No problem.
When you do that, Hilda listens in earnest. She is, if nothing, polite. But you can see the skepticism on her face despite their current surroundings. And she's like, okay, sure, vampires, got it. And then does a little bout of smelling salts. Wonderful.
In spite of everything you have seen.
Forgive me, Lisa. Despite everything I have seen, yes. Yes, I have witnessed much. But I've had no time to study it, to truly understand it. And perhaps this is as it lays before us. But perhaps there is something else to it. I'm not sure. Call me perhaps either naive or jaded. I have been known to be a cynic.
No, I don't think I would be foolish enough to call you naive. Jaded, perhaps, but I would say given your experience and given what you have likely had to fight through to get to where you are, that would not surprise me either.
Allow me you this, and perhaps you may sit with it a little bit more comfortably than my skepticism. I am always open to learn, but I have to have the moment to do so.
Well, if we survive this, perhaps you will have the moment you will need. Right now, I do not think this is the time to gather, to dissect.
Probably not. And not to mention the laudanum is worn off. So this is probably the most sober I have been in. Oh God. She looks at nothing. She does not wear a watch. She doesn't have a pocket watch. Perhaps a month. So we'll see. I could have sworn I had morphine in there.
I don't know if the morphine is going to work either, if I'm being honest with you.
We are here, she says, and you realize you've been walking for quite some time, and you emerge out of the forest and see this mist-covered valley in front of you. And meanwhile, back at the house, as you are sitting and not having tea and cookies, though they smell really, really good. They smell really good. Martin's just chowing down. These are really good. You should have some. They will help you get your strength back.
I appreciate the offer, but I'm still recovering. I am just being wary of what I ingest as of right now.
And I believe I'm just watching my diet these days. So as delicious as they look, I will have to pass for the time being. But thank you very much for your concern.
Oh, it does feel good to be back in my home. And she sits down and she's got like a pile of like 4 or 5 cookies in front of her and this ginormous mug of tea that's got like 3 things in it of tea that is steeping. It feels like I've been gone for so long. It was Voros, you know. It was Voros who imprisoned me. He locked my mind in this cage. It's like such a long time. I assume it might not have been so long, but it felt like an eternity in there.
Could very well have been. If I may ask for clarity, I can only imagine, but why? Why did he lock you away for so long?
Oh, well,
for what purpose?
We have been at war for so very long, he and I. It was my daughter, you see, Nadezhda. A long time ago, I had promised her to the Earl King, but she and Voros fell in love. I tried to take her from him. In the end, I cursed him to live for 1,000 years without the warmth of the sun or of love. Martin and Teresia never knew about Nadezhda. It was a long time ago, Martin, before I even knew your father. I hope you will forgive me. Nadezhda never followed me. She began searching for a means to break the curse of the one she loved. She stumbled upon this prophecy of the Red Sun, but time and the effort to enact it have driven her mad. She's filled with anger at the world now. While Voros hides in his castle. She calls herself Broderick, the Red Witch. She and the Earl King are to wed, I am told, and her gift to him is the death of the sun and moon.
Axel reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out the image of I cannot remember, you just said her name, but Nadezhda, and turns it around and says, "Is this your daughter?"
Oh my. Yes, it is. That it is, as she was back then. Where did you find this? It's a very lovely portrait of her, and you can definitely see the family resemblance now with her, and you can see a little bit of it in Martin's eyes, and you can see it in Daria's eyes, and poor Nadezhda. Oh, I'm so sorry that I could not see beyond my own vanity and my own prejudice.
Do you happen to have a third daughter?
How do you know this?
Well, I glance over at Gabriel and I say, does this portrait not remind you of someone that we've been in league with for a few days now? Our founder...
Doctor. Yes, they much look like the Doctor in the eyes. Very similar features.
Well, she is a colleague of ours. She's here in the forest.
After what happened to Nadezhda, the pain of it, I felt I could not possibly put myself in that position again, to feel such pain and to fail in such a way. I sent her away when she was but a babe to the city where she might grow up away from all of this, all my witchiness, I guess, and learn to live a normal life. You see, since Voros imprisoned me, I was forced to live as a simple human mother with these two wonderful children. I understand now the terrible curse I have placed on him. The joys I have known in simply being Daria and not a witch or a myth. A simple, good woman with a loving husband and wonderful children. Those of us, and she looks at the two of you, those of us cursed with ancient powers or terrible destinies bear a formidable burden to never rest, to never truly know peace or comfort. The simple comfort of a loved one, a place in society without being rejected or feared. Unfortunately, it cannot be lifted, this curse, saved by spilling my blood. Teresia, that is why he wants her.
We must find her. I also assure you that the apple has not fallen far from the tree. Our dear doctor, while led blindly sometimes by science, has a certain aura around her. Something of death calls to her. Not enticing her, not enchanting her, but demanding she use her skills to explore death. I certainly would hope to reunite you two if that is what the doctor wants as well.
I guess we cannot easily escape or burden. I would ask you both, please, do not, if we find her, do not speak of this to her. Do not tell her who I am. Not right now. I don't know if I am ready for that.
Very well. We will not, but you should.
I would agree. You perhaps may not be ready, but have you taken the time to consider that she herself might be ready for that information?
Is any of us ever ready for this kind of information? This discovery that we are not like the others, that we are cursed with some form of mythical resonance, ancient powers, or cruel fates?
Perhaps ready is not the terminology, but from first-hand experience, I think the longer we draw out what would be our destiny, our fate, our future, what have you, the longer we spend walking in a circle of nothingness. And I think the longer you refuse to tell the doctor of this information, you're just letting her continue to roam in a position where she makes no further progress on herself.
The young man has a point.
Perhaps. Please help me put away the dishes. We're almost there. Hopefully we will find them. And find my Teresia.
Very well.
As you start putting away the dishes and the cabin, which clearly from the outside lurches very wildly, from inside is very actually kind of stable. The doctor and Elizabeth, you break through to this mist-covered valley. At the center of the valley, you see something that sends a shiver through your spine. There is a gigantic rock formation in the form of the head of a howling wolf. In its mouth is chained what appears to be a werewolf, a beast, half man, half wolf, chained with silver. There are a number of people gathered around wearing red robes. When you look up at the sky, you can see it is darkening, heavy, dark gray clouds moving, but through them you can see something. The moon appears to be moving in front of the sun, and as it does, it swallows it with darkness, and the outline of it becomes red. The moon is converging over the sun. You hear chanting from the crowd gathered around the Wolf's Rock, and as you emerge and see all of this, she looks over her shoulder. Very kind of you to come and help us. The Varkolak will eat blood to gain its strength. I feared I might have to allow it to eat some of my followers, but, well, now I don't need to. I'm going to ask each of you to make empathy or logic, whichever one you want, and you can add your magic if you have a magic rating.
I would like to use 2 of my troll toofs to give me
Sounds good.
4 extra.
I also would like to use more 2 of my troll tooths.
You're not there, you don't have to roll.
Oh, I'm not there. Oh, sorry.
It's Elizabeth and the doctor.
I was everyone was looking very active, and I was like, okay.
I was just enthralled with what's happening with my friends. That's it.
That would be 4 successes.
And that is the devil's luck.
I have the devil's luck also. You start to feel the ground at your feet rise and start of encasing your legs, and you see these red tendrils, these red roots, red as blood, start to climb up along your legs. She continues to move forward away from you. With a negligent flick of her hand, this magic summons forth these tendrils from the ground that start to grab you. You manage to resist it, both of you, and sort of pull yourself away from these tendrils that keep trying to grab you. You manage to just kind of sidestep or kind of get out of it. She's walking away, and she sort of just looks over her shoulder and sees that you've freed yourself, but what would you like to do?
I would like to draw my sword cane.
You draw your sword cane.
And I would like to use one of my curses.
Go for it.
I feel like Hilda's getting in front of Elizabeth, like, stand behind me, Lisa. I'm very strong. She's not.
That is 5 successes, and I would like to utilize the curse of lame.
Excellent. You feel yourself becoming lame. Your legs, Elizabeth, crumple under you. You fall to the ground, both your legs unable to move or to support your weight. You hear in the distance a low rumbling sound. She looks at you and she says, I have told you I am under the Earl King's protection. Any harm you visit upon me will be returned against you tenfold. When she turns, you see that she has in her hand, what's it called? That part of the I'll tell you in a second.
I'm offering smelling salts to Elizabeth.
Yeah, that's very nice. Very nice of you. The spindle, the part that holds the wool.
The bobbin?
The bobbin. She's holding a bobbin of this dark red wool that is tied around it. And she's got lengths of it kind of pulled out. You immediately sense that there's a lot of magic in this bobbin, Elizabeth. You are on the ground, and not only are your legs gone, you feel your arms also, and the rest of your body is slowly feeling paralyzed as the powerful spell you had with 5 successes is being turned against you tenfold by the power of the Earl King. And she wraps a couple of strands of the red wool around her finger, and she pulls on it taut. And Doctor, you feel your spine stretch and pull taut and sort of lock into place as you fall next to Elizabeth, your sword barely grazing her as you fall down, and she comes towards you. And as you lay there, she begins to tie you up, wrapping this red wool around your arms and your legs. You feel this ancient presence. You know, Elizabeth, that it's the Earl King, the master of this domain, who suffuses the entire place. A couple of the men in red are approaching. She finishes binding you. She says, I gave you several opportunities to turn back. Yet you wouldn't. What drove you so, young Faye?
It wasn't supposed to end like this. This wasn't supposed to be the end. But no, you... I've met your ilk before, those who think that it is in their power to bend and shape the world however they wish, to rip things apart just because they have the knowledge of it.
So what? I will summon the Varkalok, and before it feasts on the sun and moon, I will feed it your measly little bodies and your flesh. You will not feel anything more then. No pain, no regret. You'll be free.
I hope it fucking chokes.
It's a real shame, truly. Not sure it wants my blood. I can tell you that. It is rotten and soured with opium, laudanum, namely. It's like I was just telling my good friend Lisa here, this is the first time I've been sober in quite some time. So I do believe that the laudanum and the opium is, in fact, coursing very strongly through my veins. And since, it wants to kill
You
us and we
talk
want to kill
way
us.
too
and
much, and she goes like
truly-
this, and you feel your voice literally physically slip out of you.
I spit in her face.
You spit. She takes her cloak, wipes it off,
She's mouthing platinum.
opens her mouth, and you can hear the echo of your voice in not her mouth but her hand. You can hear the echo of your voice in her hand. And then she squeezes it shut. And she pushes her hand in the ground, buries it all the way down to the elbow, and then extracts it. There. That's much better. And she turns around. As she does, the red string follows her as she leaves you where you are and starts walking down. You watch the werewolf chained where he is. You hear the chanting of the red-cloaked figures. You see his body start to change. His arms elongate even further. His head expands. His chest bursts out and grows. You see the moon move in front of the sun, and darkness starts to fill the valley. And then you hear, "Hello, Elizabet."
Bergamot.
Shh. And you see his hand emerge from the ground beneath you and start to pull at the thread. Meanwhile, the house lurches to a sudden stop. Plates, cups that you just put away fall to the ground, crashing, shattering. And Martin gets up and goes, "What?" And he runs over to the window and he looks outside and he says, "Terizia!" And he goes and he flings open the door and he runs out the front door. Then you hear, "Ah! You have to wait until she crouches down." And you see with some difficulty, Daria tries to get to the door. What do the two of you do?
I think Gabriel follows Martin out the door, not in as quick of a rush to go falling off the front porch, but kind of chilling in the doorway that they're watching the house settle down. Just trying to stay out front and see what's happening.
I would probably be taking a quick glance around the house itself to see if there's anything I can glean about the inhabitant or things that we could perhaps use to our advantage that maybe she could help us with.
I mean, I think you get, you've heard of the stories of Baba Yaga, the witch with the house on chicken legs. This Daria, you can certainly see books and herbs and alchemical equipments and things of that nature scattered throughout the house. There's nothing, you not being yourself a witch, there's nothing that really kind of strikes you as being perhaps of immediate use. You do hear outside their voices as they are joyfully reunited, the three of them. You hear Terezia's voice and Martin and Daria, who's trying to get off the porch, and you see them, Gabriel, the three of them. Teresa is walking towards the house, and she's got this big bag on her shoulders.
Ma'am, Teresa, are you all right?
Oh, Mr. Silva. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Were you coming to rescue me?
Yeah, the whole you seem far too well to need rescuing. I was prepared for more of a circumstance.
Very lucky. The Baron, he regretted his actions. he said that it was my eyes that I reminded him too much. He had spoken to me before several times of his interest in me, and I, of course, feared him too much to be able to return them. And when we traveled here, he said that he had been incensed by anger. He had been provoked, and in his anger had acted rashly. He said I reminded him of someone he lost so very long ago, and he apologized. He said my mother was coming to get me, and that I should tell you, Mother, that he is incredibly sorry, and he hopes that you will accept both my return and your freedom, he said, as a sign that he wishes to put the old enemy aside. Oh, that's very well. That's very kind of him. I'm glad you're okay, Teresa. We were coming to rescue. We met quite a number of strapping young lads who were very much interested in helping us, and so I think we would have done okay. But this is so wonderful. My two lovely ones. Come here, please. And she gives them this big hug, and the three.
I want to make a roll about this if I could. I want, or maybe I don't know. This is sus as fuck.
Yeah.
You can make empathy and observation. Now, I think you have. No, you don't have the one that gives you a bonus when. Does Danny have it? Yeah, Danny, you have Eagle Eye, plus 2 vigilance when trying to have a situation you're not involved in. So you could do that if you wanted. You could do logic and vigilance.
Cool. Gives me 7 here. Yeah, let's see.
I just want everybody at home to know that these rolls, I have been rolling 9 or more dice at one given time. I got 1 success.
I'm sure you're not rolling D5s.
I must be rolling D2s.
Rolling these nuts, am I right?
You're supposed to weight the dice in your favor. You're doing
one
it wrong.
success is all you need, though. What did you get, Danny?
I got 2 successes.
Both of you see nothing really off about this. It seems pretty genuine. You both feel the presence of Vaesen, and the only one who somewhat registers as one is Daria. The other 2, the children, don't. The house is fucking glowing, but that's another story. He wanted me to give you this. He said you might need it, and she unlimbers the bag on her shoulder, and she opens it up, and she pulls out this rifle from it. And she digs in, and she pulls out 3 silver bullets.
Raulin, if he had hackles visible, they would raise. Cato's butthole has puckered.
He also wanted me to give you this. He said, missing pages from the book that you took. It contains information, something about a Varkalak, ought to make him vulnerable before he eats sun and moon.
Yes, please give me those. I'm just going to scramble for those and just start, not even have the book to tuck them in, just start flipping through what's left of those missing pages.
He said, you'll need to hurry. The moon and the sun are converging. The cult of the Red Sun will be attempting to bring the Varkalak forth. He says you'll find them at a place called Wolf Hollow. The house can take you there, Daria says, if you wish to go, or we can simply leave.
The house is quick. Gives us a little time and opportunity to plan, perhaps. Isn't that right, Jacob? We need to plan a little bit. And Raulin kind of gives you this look.
Yes. Planning. Please, may the house take us where we need to be. We have friends to rescue, and I guess a world to save. There's a lot happening this evening.
Indeed, but I find that those of us who are so blessed with these wonderful little burdens rarely find time to rest. The house will take you wherever you want to go and take you back outside the realms. I can find my way with my children.
Thank you for your kindness. Hopefully we will meet again.
Remember your promise not to speak to your friend the doctor.
But of course.
Promise to be kept.
So you grab the pages, you grab the rifle and the 3 silver bullets. I'm assuming Raulin doesn't grab the bullets. You climb back aboard the house. In moments, the house starts to move again. Would you like to discuss anything on your way?
I'm suspicious of the Baron's sudden willingness to help when he was...
Of course. Yeah, and with the little time we've spent with the Baron, I didn't see him as one for self-reflection and seeing his own flaws. I'm not...
I certainly don't see him as a magnanimous figure.
You do remember that he had formed the witch hunters specifically to hunt down the followers of the cult of the Red Sun.
I was always told never to trust a vampire, but I might have to eat my words.
Then I suppose our best bet is to remain vigilant. And Lee goes to hand you the rifle, like, and just prepare to fight. Right.
Here's the
yes.
Just don't shoot me, all right? That
I
injury I had previously was from exactly this circumstance.
Understood. I will be sure to aim far away from you. Just don't be too quick and jump in front of me, okay? I've not shot one of these many times.
Ah, you haven't?
Just a few, well, much smaller scale, more of like a revolver size, but I'm sure I can handle the kick.
Don't let it knock you on your ass, then.
I could probably keep the other promise better than that one.
The house carries you forth through the forest. Meanwhile, Elizabeth, with a deft hand, Bergamot undoes the knots that are holding you back, holding you tied. He says, "The Earl King, he is impeding me. I can take you, Elizabeth, if you want. But we would have to leave the others behind. What do you want me to do?"
No. I can't. I don't know if we can stop this, but I don't know if I could forgive myself if I just left them here.
I will do what I can to halt the Earl King and give you a little chance.
And Elizabeth will reach out and take Bergamot's big old clawed hand. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Elizabeth. See you soon.
Yes.
His hand melds back into the ground. You feel his presence removes itself, but you also feel the presence of the Earl King lessen around you. The witch Bozarkani has walked up to where the ritual is being held. The werewolf is still in the process of transforming himself. He has grown and grown and grown. They are chanting the red thread. Now you can see is moving up, levitating up into the sky, shooting up, towards the sun and moon. This long red thread that is encircling the gray, the werewolf, and from him shooting up into the sky towards the moon and sun. The doctor is lying next to you, paralyzed, tied up also. What would you like to do?
Pissed.
Pissed.
I would like to break the threads if I can.
Give me a magic roll. Pure magic. You can add any of your little doodads if you like.
Can I ask an above table question?
You can certainly do that.
Would Elizabeth know? Let me ask you this. Would the silver of the sword cane be useful, and would Elizabeth know if it was useful or not?
Oh, because we confirmed it's silver.
Mm-hmm.
It can't hurt.
I think that Hilda would sort of nod towards her sword cane.
Okay. So I've got 6 for magic and another 2 from my wand. Do I get any extra for using a silver sword as well?
You take the sword, and as you do, the remainder of the sun's light, now red, bathes the blade entirely in red. The engraved VH at the base of the blade seemed to shine golden in this red light. You get 2 extra dice.
Okay, 2 more dice. Holy shit. 6.
That's why Kato doesn't have any successes. You took all of them.
Sorry, kiddo.
That's okay. You can have it.
I'm sorry, baby.
Well, we're about to die, so we kind of need it.
Oh no, death.
Why did you say it like that?
This guy's with a chaos. Go ahead. No, you got your 6. Good job.
The blade
Oh my god.
cuts through the thread, and as it does, Doctor, you feel your limbs unstiffen and your spine sort of relax, and you find that you can move again, but you find your voice is still missing.
Dr. Broderick, in her very professional fashion, that she is a professional, she is a medical doctor, she's an educated, learned woman, would like to dig at the hole in which that bitch stole my very good voice like a dog.
You start to dig into the earth with your hands. Elizabeth, what do you do?
Scampering.
Can I offer assistance?
Sure, absolutely. You get down on your hands and knees and you start to dig also. In the house,
Two puppies.
Gabriel and Raulin, you are reading the remaining pages of the book. You find out that the Varkalok can be distracted and startled by loud noises and bright lights. You read that controlling the Varkalok is done with a spindle wrapped in thread soaked in witch's blood. That if the thread is destroyed, the Varkalok loses its powers. You also read that if a witch soaks the thread with their blood, they can control the Varkalok for a fortnight before it returns to the earth.
Good thing we know a witch.
That we do. Will we be able to bathe the thread in the blood swiftly enough? Or
Well, if we can communicate it to Elizabeth, yes, I believe so. She is quite tenacious.
you know, now that you say that out loud, I totally believe that. Okay, then Lisa. I'm getting it. We'll let her know right away and see what we can do about the Varkalok.
Yes, indeed. As soon as we get there. But we should have a plan. Bright lights and loud noises.
Yes.
I certainly
guess-
could make a ruckus. Perhaps the house itself. Perhaps we could... and Raulin puts a hand on one of the wooden upright beams. Perhaps we could convince it to cause a bit of a kerfuffle.
Please, House, would you be so kind as to make a kerfuffle for us?
The house stops again abruptly. Everything goes flying out of the cupboards. The furniture rolls over. The two of you barely manage to stand up as like it shakes back and forth, and then it stops moving and is still.
Sweet house. We could use your assistance.
The front door opens slowly. And you see in the valley below, quite far below, the mist has cleared. You see this giant rock formation that looks somewhat like the head of a wolf. You see the wolf you came to find, Raulin, the gray, chained in silver in its mouth, deformed, grown 6-7 times as large as he was. You see a group of cultists in red robes at the base, chanting. You see this red thread, this red line that goes from the chained werewolf all the way up into the sky. It has almost reached up now to where you can see the moon. You see on the ground below Elizabet and Dr. Broderick on their hands and knees, digging into the ground. Raulin, you remember your dream. You remember the dream you had of standing in the light of the moon and seeing the two shadows. And you understand now. There's not much of a chance for you to get down there. A shot. A well-placed shot with a silver bullet might kill the Grey before he transforms. Once he transforms, he'll be the Varkalok. You have the ritual, you have all these things, but Elizabeth and Dr. Broderick are somewhere down there in that valley digging in the ground. You're far away. You can ask Gabriel to shoot him, but you understand that if you kill the Grey, there may not be a way to heal Rasmus, and you remember the last poem in the book, when wolf stands torn between twin sky and blood calls blood to stay the knife. The red sun swells, the pale moon cries, and love is weighed against all life. Let fang be sheathed, the world grows dim. Let fang be turned, the night is fed. For when the last true howl is hymned, the Varkalok wakes and eats the dead of heaven's head.
Well, there's nothing for it then. Gabriel, I certainly hope you are a good shot.
Well, I suppose you and I were about to find out at the same time.
Yes. Yes, I suppose we are.
Gabriel will get down on one knee and take aim. You said 3 silver bullets, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Now I'm going to use my two troll tooths on this first one.
Could I offer assistance?
You can. You, if you want, can roll precision in range combat, and every success you have will add a dice to his roll.
God, please.
This
Not
is the
sure.
time. This
Not
is where we
sure
need
where our
successes.
teeth are at.
Miles, can we get those tooths check?
Raven, could we get a true troll tooth check or Varl?
Quick, I gotta shoot a wolf in the head.
You have 3, Raul.
Thank you.
And Gabriel, you have 3 also.
I got 3. Nice.
I'm gonna burn 2 and add 4.
Before
extra
you do
dice.
that, Raulin, I see that you have a mental condition.
I do.
Would you like to take a moment with your memento to clear it?
Yes, I would.
Can you tell us what that memento is and what it means to you and what you do with it?
I pull out the handkerchief that Elizabeth had used to calm me when I was deep in transformation. Inside it is a single lock of graying hair tied with a red ribbon. And I unwrap it and I hold it to my cheek. And I give it a light kiss. And I whisper to it, there may be no cure at all, old boy. But we cannot let the world end in blood. It cannot be only you and I at the end. We must all be there for each other. I put it back in my jacket pocket. That's 2 successes.
Do you wish to push?
Yes. Three.
You feel Rasmus's hand on yours. You feel his presence behind you as his hand glides over your arm and down over your hand, his fingers interlace with yours. And he lifts up your hand. And he guides it up. And you touch the gun and you push it just a little bit up and to the left. And you smell Rasmus's hair. You have 3 extra dice, Gabriel.
So with my rolls, my troll tooths, and those extra dice, that'll be 12. That is 4 successes.
Elizabeth and Dr. Broderick, you are digging in the earth. Suddenly, you hear a scream coming from the inside of the earth. What is it that your voice screams, Hilda, as you find it?
You fucking cunt!
And suddenly, the doctor finishes that sentence right next to you.
Not you, Elizabeth.
It's there's a brief funeral giggle. This is a horribly inappropriate moment to like snort out a laugh, but that's exactly what happens. Now that is settled.
We go.
Yeah.
And the others.
Bleak, I'm panicking. Would Elizabeth know a way to stall? I need to stall.
You are trying to think of something when suddenly a loud crack erupts and you hear the sound of a gunshot, and for a moment, everything seems to freeze. You watch as the werewolf's chest explodes in blood. And Elizabeth, in that moment, you see that red thread that is going from the red sorceress to the werewolf and up towards the moon. You see it sever. You see the bit that was climbing up towards the sun and moon starts to drop, and you see the red sorceress quickly start to unravel more and more thread. As she does, you can see blood from her hand staining the thread. What would you like to do, Elizabeth?
Would I be able to put 2 and 2 together and understand that blood is what is powering this thread?
I think so.
Oh, this is so stupid. We still have that silver sword?
I think Dr. Broderick is giving it a once-over in her hand to make sure it's fine.
Doctor,
Yes.
I may need to borrow your weapon.
It was a gift. It means a great deal to me.
I will return it to you as soon as we have completed our aim.
I think she takes your wrist in your hand and turns your hand over and puts the pommel, the eagle head, in your palm and clasps her other hand over it and says very quietly to you, "There is power in whatever it is you are, but there is also power in knowledge. I have a little bit of mine today."
More things in heaven and earth.
Indeed.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever done.
This moment?
That's saying a lot. Bleak, I am a simple woman. You know this about me. When a thing needs done, I want to do it in the most direct way possible. So I would very much like to, how do the kids say, run up on that bitch?
And I'm assuming that you are aiming to bury that sword somewhere inside of her?
More like, I don't know, perhaps if she is off balance and I were to perhaps replace her blood with mine.
Cut her head off.
I'm not strong enough for that.
Will give me a physique plus magic roll.
Oh, Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll take a troll tooth and add some extra dice to that. One, 2, 3, 4. No, 2 more. Because that's 12 dice. 5.
You rush up on her. They're all completely enthralled by this ritual that they're doing. Their eyes are rolled back on their head. She is aware that the werewolf, the Grey, has just been shot and is dying. And as you approach, you recognize what she's doing. She is attempting to heal him. You can tell that she is attempting to transplace the wound from him to one of the followers around her. And in that moment, you realize that it's not about controlling the werewolf anymore. It's about making sure he dies. And so, that was the magic part of your role. You realize that what you need to do is simply prevent her from doing what she wants to do, and at the last moment, you swing the sword down and sever both her hands. Clean off at the wrist. She looks at you with baleful eyes, her hands spurting blood as she falls away. Her hands themselves start to disintegrate. The thread continues to fly off into the sky, but now it is this dun-colored thread, as the blood no longer stains it. You hear in the distance not just a cat, but also a wolf howl with a deep sense of sorrow.
Amazing.
I love the background effects. It's so realistic.
Yes, it's really, really on it.
Thanks, Scully. Who's pathetic now? You bitch.
Time passes. The cat continues to sing the song of its people.
That's a wolf howling. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
The Earl King perhaps erases what he does not want to see in his land, and you find yourselves standing in the forest, but it is the forest of the Carpathian Mountains. You see snow on the ground, the trees have lost their foliage, they are dark and ash-colored again, the sky is heavy. Snow drifting down lazily. The four of you collapse in the center of this little clearing. In the middle of the clearing is the body of a man shot in the heart. You recognize the man that you were coming to find, Raulin.
Scully.
She's so mad.
Naughty.
You recognize the man that you had come to find in the hopes that he might help you kill your husband, Bodan. He's now in human form and quite dead. Shot through the heart. You hear movement in the underbrush. An old lady appears. She's got a little bit of trouble walking, but she's using a walking stick. Well, that was something, wasn't it? How are you all doing?
Who the hell are you?
My name, and you see her, Gabriel and Raulin hesitate for a moment. My name is Daria. I am Martin and Terezia's mother. I wanted to thank you for saving Terezia and bringing me back my children.
She is well then.
Yes, it appears the Baron had a change of heart in the last minute, and he released her and, well, gave these two strapping young lads the means to help against
Yes.
the Red Witch.
That rifle had quite the kick. I'm going to feel it in my shoulder for quite some time.
I'll take care of it.
Thank you.
I have spoken with Wildberry, Daria says to you, Elizabeth. They said your mother and a number of the Winter Court prisoners escaped further into the mountains. I wanted to give you this in thanks, and she reaches on her belt and pulls out a little lantern and hands it to you. Use it just before dawn each morning, and it will show you the way to her. The brighter its light, the closer you are. But tread carefully. Those of the Winter Court have little power in the court of the Earl King. He is quite cross with you, and there are dark things that prowl the Carpathian Mountains.
Yes, I imagine he would be. But if we are being entirely fair, he struck first.
Well, a distinction he's not bound to make. If you wish, find the small hamlet of Lupenny to the east. There is one there, a vampire hunter named Lajos Toth. He will help you if you say I sent you. He can guide you in the mountains.
And you said your name was Daria.
Daria. She turns over and comes to you, Raulin, and helps you up. There, and she pulls a little handkerchief and she dries your eyes. I can tell that you have suffered greatly. Decisions made to help others are often very difficult to make. How do you fare?
Fine.
The gray, she looks at the man on the ground, was an elder wolf. There's one even more ancient. The progenitor of the whole wolf kind, as old as Rome herself. Luperca, she is called. The wolf who rescued and fed the twins Remus and Romulus after they were abandoned. Rumors are carried on the wind that she now haunts the mountains of these parts, driven by her own madness and desire for vengeance against an ancient foe. Perhaps she would help you, as she once rescued Remus and Romulus.
Thank you.
She looks at Gabriel. Be very careful with whom you converse on trains.
Okay. Is there more detail to that?
No, you've caused enough chaos already. And she moves on and she goes to Hilda. Dr. Broderick, is it?
How do you know my name?
Your friends told me.
We did not.
She cuts a look between Raulin and Gabriel.
I'm pretty sure that's the one that I didn't let slip.
Interesting.
I see you carry, and she reaches out for the sword, Van Helsing's blade.
No, this was Dr. Garnett's blade. silly lady. You don't know anything.
I think perhaps you may lend it to Elizabeth for a little while.
Very well. It is, in fact, very important to me, and I need it, but it's fine. I can walk on my own, I suppose.
You will not need to walk. I would ask you to come with me. There is something I would like to show you. Gift, perhaps, for you. You will find your friends again in time.
Okay, strange lady. And she will follow Daria, and as she does so, she will hold the sword cane out to Elizabeth to take. The gift is a gift.
You still need to take me to the, what did you call it, the theater?
The surgical theater, yes.
Yes, I will hold you to that, Doctor.
It's quite exhilarating. We'll bring lunch with us while we watch.
As you say.
She'll continue following Dario.
Come, Dr. Broderick. I would like to show you my house.
Okay.
The three of you are left alone in the clearing. What do you do?
I think Elizabeth is immediately going to sort of lash the cane to her waist, and then immediately turn and give Raulin the biggest hug that she can manage.
Raulin just sobs. I'm glad that there's another option. It just seems like such a wild goose chase.
Yes, well, we did not exactly pick the quiet life, did we?
No. No, my friend, we did not. But we have each other. And that counts for a lot.
Always.
Always. I suppose perhaps the young Gabriel might be of use.
As long as we don't take him on any trains, apparently.
Or talk to any fae.
Yes. What? Gabriel?
Listen, there's a lot of new things for me today, and I'm learning as we go along, and it's been quite the day. I am very tired, but that was quite the crack shot. Look at this man. No chest left.
Kudos to you on your most excellent shot, my friend. I think you might make quite a detective after all.
Oh, thank you. I still have so much to learn. And if we're in a good spot where we've sort of put a period and a bookend on this one, I'd love to just continue to pick your mind about the rest as he's flipping through his journals. Like, because these squirrels were just very unique looking. And I'm just anything what happened with this one and what else you know about them.
Hey, Bleak.
Yes.
What time of day is it?
As you watch, you can see in the west, the moon is just disappearing over the horizon, and in the east, the glorious, warm ember light of the sun is starting to peak.
And then I would like to take... do we have matches yet? We have matches. Yeah.
You find you don't need them. As soon as you pull the lamp out and lift it up, light starts to shine, and it points towards the east. Faintly, but nonetheless there.
Does the light grow if I start to move, like take a few steps in that direction?
It does.
It would be foolhardy of me to try and rescue my people on my own, but I would not ask you to come on this journey with me.
My friend, I cannot count on two hands how many times you have saved me from certain death. It would be an honor to follow you wherever you may go throughout your days.
Personally, I just need to make sure you're not asking me not to come. Otherwise, I've got nowhere else to be. So,
It could be good practice for the young lad, wouldn't you think?
Yes, I think so. We will just... I think we may need to work on your powers of deception,
Perhaps.
Mr. Silva.
oh yes, I am a terrible liar.
I could tell.
You feel movement in your pocket, and you hear... "Roar." And when you pull open
Yes.
your pocket, you see Isaac in there, curled around the biggest wolf tooth you've ever seen in your life. And he's just hugging this thing with all his 8 legs. And he's just...
When did you pick that up? That's massive. How did I not feel the weight of that on my chest? That's... Give me that. We're going to put it in the bag. That's too much. He just picks this up and starts showing off. Like, that is... You sneaky devil.
My God.
Isaac likes teeth.
That's a big tooth.
Well, I can't take it from him. It's his gift. He's been well behaved this whole venture, so that's his.
Somewhere in a castle not too far from here, a tired, sad vampire Baron Voros moves through his lair as his 2 chamberlains, Grey Earl and Gunpowder, help clean the place, remove the dust, pick up the shards of mirror off the ground. The Baron sees a portrait hanging on the wall between 2 candles, one of his favorite, and he moves to it and he adjusts it. And after a moment, he says, "I believe she's coming to find you." A few years later, sitting on the train, you look up, Gabriel, as the man says, "Do you mind if I sit with you? I have heard tell that you have met one Baron Voros, and I would be very grateful if you allowed me to ask you a few questions about him. I will not take up too much of your time, and I promise I will give you a gift in exchange. May I sit?"
I think you see the journal that Gabriel's carried with him for so long just filled out almost to the last page as he kind of closes that, places it on his lap. Please, I'd love the conversation.
Excellent. My name is Tepesh, but you can call me Vlad.
Well, Vlad, have a seat. Let's talk.
Perfect. And on that note, my friend,
Hi, team. How y'all doing?
And Gabriel Silva learned nothing.
on that
Learned
note,
everything.
we'll draw the curtain on the Carpathian sun.